And people would come up to me and say, you know, what causes this? And they would generally, you know, take something out of their bag, show it to me, and that's okay. But you know, you wonder how long they've been carrying that around. And so when you do have something happen to you that you don't understand, after you've documented it, assuming you still haven't figured it out, then it's really best at that point in time to either send us a photo or call. Very often, is it working?
Keep going.
I don't really need, you know, and our tech support doesn't always need a photo, you know.
Switch your camera.
And so one example would be printing a black and white photo. So a black and white photo needs to be converted to RGB. So if you've got a photo that you think is black and white, typically what you'd want to do is convert it to grayscale and then convert it to RGB, and that way it will print correctly. So we're really, on the Mac and PC, RGB. So that's the way. Now in Photoshop, which I'm a hybrid kind of person, use Corel and Photoshop, Photoshop Elements. In Photoshop Elements, which is, you know, Elements is inexpensive, you can go up to Window, put a checkbox beside Info, put your mouse over
That's it right there.
the parts of your photograph, and the RGB value should always be the same, like 59, 59, 59, meaning that RGB, it's a balanced grayscale photograph. And so that's going to be an easy way to tell. Now, if you really want to know if your printer is performing well, are the grays working? Now, you're going to get the best grays and best color for that matter by using our SpectraFusion technology, which is just an embedded profile with the correct driver settings. Profile is quite good. But in order to use our SpectraFusion, you will need to be printing from a color-aware application like an Adobe product, like a Corel product. SpectraFusion does work quite well with Silhouette. And so when you're calling in, getting your printer set up, that kind of thing, you have a couple of choices. So one would be to use Sawgrass's VPM, which is pretty good. It's certainly going to be the go-to driver for Creative Studio. But if you're using, you know, graphic software, then SpectraFusion would be my recommendation. You'll get truer color. And you get truer color simply because the color management is typically done in the application, not in the driver. So the driver isn't doing anything other than taking the dots that are sent to it through Corel and converting that dot pattern to a dither pattern with the proper resolution. And so we go from essentially we go from image dots to printer dots. Image dots have color depth. Printer dots are patterns of CMYK RGB dots held close together in what we call a dither pattern. So the more work that the application does color-wise, the better the color is going to be. And nobody in the world can do it better than Adobe. And Corel comes in very honorable mention. So using an application that's color aware is going to give you the best color. And then SpectraFusion is going to be that conduit to get the best color out of Adobe and Corel products. So we back going here?
We are back going. I think we got it.
Good deal.
We got it.
Apologize again.
So
Go ahead.
I had a bunch of questions about the mug, and since you guys didn't really get to see me do it, I'm going to do this white one.
I still want to do it. I still want to see a full bleed.
I'm painfully aware. Still eating cake. Let them eat cake.
Wow, and some cake is migrated to the table here.
I noticed that.
So during our outage, is this the Halloween season, I wonder?
I think every season is Halloween
So
season.
what are you going to dress up your dogs for Halloween?
No, I'm not a, believe it or not, I'm not a big Halloween person. I know all the girls in the office.
We need to make you into a big Halloween person.
Well, so I had a conversation with Lindsay the other day about how excited I am for Thanksgiving, because Thanksgiving is zero pressure. I don't have to dress up. I don't have to buy people gifts. I just show up and I eat, and I love it. So I'm a Thanksgiving person.
And of course, no pressure here at the office, is there? There's nothing.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. What? All right, so we're just going to do this again, guys, so you can see it. So I'm just applying the heat, this time on a different breaker. Yeah, did that. So the heat is applying the, well, so the heat is creating the pressure that's needed for sublimation.
Yeah, the SubliShrink technology is awesome. Let's cover real quick, since we had the power hiccup here. So I'm an electrical engineer, and sometimes that's a good thing, sometimes it's a bad. And so every breaker pretty much around here is labeled with the location of where that breaker is. You know, every outlet is. And so when we lost power here, I just looked up the code, went to the breaker. The breaker had not popped. What had popped was the fuse on the extension strip. That's what popped. And very often, these extension strips are rated actually fairly low. Could be 12 amps, could be 15. And so just sort of being aware of what electrical equipment you're using obviously will facilitate faster. So had I realized that it was the fuse or breaker on the power strip that had popped, it would have gone even faster. But everything was labeled, so it was easy. And so know your power and know what you're loading it. But in this case, Sprite didn't actually pop the breaker, it was the...
I overloaded the strip.
The strip.
Oh well. I mean, yeah, it figures. Okay, so I was talking about this before I broke everything. So this is my full bleed camp mug with the handle and under the handle done top to bottom. Super cute, done with the SubliShrink, the SF79. And then this is our TUM 216, maybe? TUM 216 or 217. And this is also done full top to bottom with the SubliShrink. So I've got my TUM 213 in the oven with the SF79 SubliShrink, 360 degrees, 6 minutes. 6 minutes.
So where do they get instructions from?
So for the instructions for using SubliShrink, you go to the products page. So if you
Product page of the substrate.
Right. So if you want to do camp mugs in an oven with SubliShrink, you look up the product, the camp mug. You don't look up the SubliShrink. The instructions are going to be on the camp mug website.
So,
web page.
Yes. So it's not, you're not going to find the instructions for using SubliShrink with a product on the SubliShrink page. It will be on the product page, the product being the product you're decorating.
Correct. Yes. So we talked last week about our new felt ornaments. So I've got my triangle FO920, comes 1 to a sheet. I've got my heart FO917, comes 7 to a sheet. I know, I love that one. And then I also have...
We need to get Barron on one of these, I think.
Yeah, well, I got a substitute, sorry. And then I've got my ball, which is FO918. So FO for felt ornament. Okay.
That's got to be my favorite. That is so good.
The ball, I love. They're super cute.
So you've got 4 sides. So you would typically press 2 sides at a time.
Yes. yeah, and that's the way the template is set up, is for the two sides. And if you guys want to see that video, we did it last week, so we're not going to press one today, but you do have a chance to win them because I did not give them away last week. So, but in the interim, let's talk about some new beautiful stuff from Universal Woods. So we've got this really cool wall hanging hardboard. So this one is the U4846. This is 5.7 by 15.5 inches long, rectangle. So
5.7 by 15.5. So that means you could not do it on a 400 without a bypass tray.
Without a bypass tray, that is correct.
So yeah, one of the things to is probably just preparing it is that if you have a 400, you have 3110, you can buy a bypass tray for that machine. The bypass tray does not allow you to print wider, but it does allow you to print longer.
Sorry.
So I have paper cut that is 8.5 by 21 inches long, which pretty much would max out your heat press. And so for not much money, maybe, I guess maybe it's $200 or something, somewhere thereabouts, you could get that tray. And that would allow you to do, for instance, socks, right? You'd be able to do single-sided
yes,
socks.
Absolutely,
So
yes.
you can, if you have one of the little printers, and you know, a lot of people travel with these printers, go to events, things like that, and they purposely travel with a small printer. So when we set up at the kiosk, like at Printing United at Denver, our 400 has 2 extra bottom trays and the bypass tray for a total of 4 paper sources. And we load different size paper into each source. So it really, it's incredibly flexible. You know, you'd want to put letter in one, legal in the other, mug paper, I like our, I think it's 5 by 9 paper. That to me is flexible. So you can save money, reduce labor, things like that. By the way, I'm going to steal your gloves for Printing United, I think.
Okay, that's cool. So, no, Cheryl, we're not pre-pressing the hardboard anymore.
Yeah, let's talk about that. So, time is money, of course, and I think that we at Conde show them how it's sublimated through it, so to speak.
On the video?
Hard to see.
I don't know if you can.
Yeah, you can see it there.
Kind of see that the image is starting to come through the SubliShrink.
But I think we had under good friend of mine that was the product manager years ago, Scott Chandler, and Scott very much sort of wanted to pre-press everything because, you know, some people do live in very wet environments, but over the years we've tried to reduce pre-pressing because it's time and money. I would say a better use of your time is to dry the transfer by putting it underneath your heat press, face up, for a few seconds. That's going to be a better use of your time. And because some people, they print and press. Oh, awesome, let's see, awesome. Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nope. Too many things, okay.
So you're not a deer hunter, I take it, right?
No, I'm not a deer hunter.
I would think that you would not be a deer hunter.
No, absolutely not.
My dad was a veterinarian 54 years, and I think he enjoyed just being in the woods.
Yeah, so I have gone with my father before to go deer hunting, but I usually end up like reading books or, you know, the hippie stuff. So, all right, guys.
Man, that really turned out great.
It's did. And so, this is your first pattern up for grabs.
And does it come with
It does. It does. So the Happy Halloween is not included, but look at that cute artwork Zach did on the back. So this is called Halloween Candy. This is your very first pattern that is up for grabs. So guys, go ahead and comment on the video, because if you comment, that's how I pick the artwork winners. So let me unplug
That
this
really
big
did.
bad boy.
You threw with the oven? Okay.
Through with the oven. All right, let's see.
So what does the little ribbon look like that they send out?
Let me get this big old oven off the table, and then I'll show you guys the ribbon. It's just big. It's not heavy. Okay.
Zach, is our top camera working?
There we go. Thanks for the help. Okay. So I really like the ribbon because it is a nice gray ribbon. So
It's nice.
yeah, so it fits. You know, it's going to be pretty much fit whatever you do. So there's a couple ways you can do this. We've just been stringing it in.
Next one down, yeah.
And tying it in the back.
It did not work, Zach, so don't worry about it.
Oh well, you know.
See if it works on that one. Yeah. Nope. Okay.
All right, so there you go. You just hang it just like that. Boop. Yep. So really cute. I got 3 different sizes of these. So that was my first size.
That is nice. Nice.
I like it.
Is there a way folks can decorate the back, maybe with a sticker?
Yeah, definitely. You can use our Mates material. Always big for branding. We are.
Yeah. Every product you produce, you definitely want a way for people to find out that you are the source. The cork back coaster, Sprite invented the way to sublimate it. Oh, by the way, everybody go out there and like Sprite's new introduction to sublimation video.
I worked really hard on it.
She told me not to do it. She told me she could do it much better than me, and you know what? She was right. And she did a great job. Very, very impressive. And so get out there. It's on Condé TV, right?
Yeah. I think it's the second video, or maybe it might be the third now, because we were going to put another one up. So it's Introduction to Sublimation. It's like 5 minutes of your day. Yeah, if you want to watch it.
So, you know, feel free to provide any critique whatsoever. Sprite is not, she's not sensitive at all to criticism, are you?
No, not at all. Especially not on something I worked really hard on.
And so, but very impressive. And so get out there and like it, share it. Really excellent. And got any other videos coming out?
I do. I've got quite a few coming out. And so, yeah.
Sprite's a video machine. So.
Yep. I'm something. I'm something. So this product that we just did, the long rectangle, is U4846. The one that I'm doing, the banner shape, is U4847. I got one more new product, and I think we're done. I love it. How cute. How cute.
You know what the first question is going to be about this?
Is there a peel coat? Yes. Take the peel coat off.
Maybe the second question would be, I want it vertically.
Oh, okay.
So,
yeah.
I guess we'll have to ask for that, because, you know, you can think about all the great vertical, like letters in a line, so many things. So, let's put that down to ask for.
Justin, get to work.
Hey, Justin, break time's over there, bro.
Yeah. So, Jackie, the time and temp, I didn't tell you, it's 400 degrees for 1 minute and 45 seconds. So yeah, guys, comment on my video, because I pick a comment, and that's who I give the artwork to. I got 2 winners on YouTube. I'm going to have 2 winners on Facebook. It's going to be fun.
Now, how do you know if you've done a great job with sublimation? Well, if you want to do a test piece, black is the last color to sublimate. And, you know, you can do a black test, RGB 000. You know, I always say it's a very safe minute and a half but as the product gets bigger, that's when you may want a little add to it. It's very difficult to press this kind of stuff too long. You could go 2 minutes, no problem at all.
So I think Zach's trying to put me out of a job.
Looks really good.
Look really good.
Zach, do you get into Halloween?
So this is our second pattern, this cute little Halloween candy pattern. So the trick or treat is not included, but the background is. Look at that. Way to go, Zach. Zach. It looks, on the camera, it looks like it's two colors.
Yeah, if you back up a little bit, the colors are just incredible. They are very nice, very nice.
See, I have a theme going here. That's hot.
So these also have the
right, and it comes with the ribbon. We're gonna let it cool for a second.
So what do you
put
call
the ribbon
this
in.
shape?
That is a banner shape.
Okay, banner shape. Gotcha.
That's a banner
and you
shape.
can look at the edge, and you can see the fabrication method. These are laser cut because the edge is black, and that really provides a very attractive edge. Very attractive.
All right, so my last one is an 8x10. This one is U4845, and this is my third and final pattern, and I'll do the big reveal after I press it.
So another landscape design.
You know, they really like these landscape designs, so it's hard to get them to do a portrait design. I love the shape. Where did you go? Good question, Joe. Good question. Yeah, looks like a home plate shape. Yes, it does. It does. I love it.
Absolutely, could be that. You know, you think about all the products that, you know, signage products for the door, for the house, for serving tray, coasters, Halloween huggers. A lot of people have huge Halloween parties. At where I live on a cul-de-sac. And instead of having the kids go from house to house, we set up a couple of tables and route the kids through these tables. Then for the adults, we have, you know, potluck food. And you could think about having for the adult kids coming around, maybe, you know, doing some huggers. You know, all sorts of things like that. But, you know, it could be...
Halloween is a huge time of year in the decorating industry, and I don't think a lot of people think about that, but it is. It's
and
big.
then, probably too late now, but you've got where you could work with the pumpkin patches, the churches who sell pumpkins. That church by my house is the Christ United Methodist. They have just a huge ordeal out there.
So I did this one a little bit different. So this one I put a little bow in the top, and so it's going to hang with the bow on the top. So this one I strung through the front, and this one I strung on the top, and then I got one more. Tony, I'm using medium pressure. It's medium pressure. So the hardboard is very forgiving. You just want to make sure that you have enough pressure. So
with the DK20S, you're really you're you know, sort of automatically using more pressure than you would with a typical press. On products like this, you know, good solid two-handed pressure is what you're after, and anything above that for these kind of substrates is just fine. Very forgiving, and remember that this press, the DK20S, you can always add the bottom heat to it, and that provides you with the ability to more efficiently do products that are inherently double-sided.
That's right. I had a question about these warping. So if they do warp, just weight them as soon as they come out of the press. But these are looking pretty straight.
Yeah, another technique can be just flip it over, press it again for
that's a hot one.
20 seconds or so to flatten it. Technically, the thing called coefficient of thermal expansion means that one side expands and contracts at a different rate than the other side. So you can just put it back in the press and press it, and that'll take any bow out of it. But I would say that the products over these many years from the great folks at Universal Woods have continued to perform better and better.
Absolutely. Yes, yes. Their stuff is amazing. So I've got, this is my last pattern. This is my third pattern. This is my, what is this called?
So Michelle was saying,
Thanksgiving
set up a marker table. What a great idea for Halloween kinds of activities.
Yep.
Yeah, you could just so much magic. So if you haven't bought you a set of sublimation markers, they're ridiculously inexpensive. You ought to do it. I mean, there's really no excuse not to start playing with the markers.
No, they're really easy. Like probably the easiest thing that we have here, I think.
I wonder if you could put something in the back so you just push it through from the front and put a little knot in it and you're done.
So yeah, I thought about like knotting a wooden bead, because at first I thought, well, I can just knot the cord, but you have to have a pretty big knot.
This is a big hole.
If I had like a wooden bead, I could like put a bead, and that can actually add a little bit of decoration. And you could do that in the front if you wanted to, or you could do it in the back.
Think about if you took that pattern, put that on the wall, some kind of wall decor, and then did that pattern on one of the linen placemats, or the linen coasters, or what do we call those things that are sort of in the middle of the table?
Table toppers.
Table toppers.
Table toppers. Yes. Yeah, I know.
So you could do just an amazing job of decorating your home for Halloween and or Thanksgiving. In fact, you could make one side for Thanksgiving and one side for Halloween on a linen placemat.
That's right. And if you do it, take a picture of it and load it to our client gallery, because this quarter, our gallery contest is your best holiday retail space, but that doesn't necessarily have to be your retail space. Show me what your kitchen looks like with all your sublimated items. That's a retail space, in my opinion, because you could sell straight off that picture. Okay. All right, so I've got these done. I've got one more product. I'm excited about this product. David worked really hard on this product.
I don't know if I worked hard on it.
You didn't.
But I just pushed the idea through. Sprite had this idea for a wall decor item.
Yeah, I did.
And so you're still working on your idea.
I am still working on my idea.
But I pushed mine through for the coaster.
That's right. That's right. So I've got a Hexagon coaster. So this is hardboard with a cork backing. This is U60129, and I actually think that's
bunches of digits now.
I think it's actually 60219.
Yeah, it should be like 5 digits, right?
I think it's 60219 and not 129. I'm not sure. Somebody check that for me. Okay, so
I think
love
the
this.
millennials are going to love that, right?
No, I don't think that they will. Yes, they will. So this is a really popular shape right now, and it's just everybody loves this hexagon shape. So guys, what I'm going to do, I've got a design here, and then I've got the same design for the cork backing. So I'm going to fold it like I would do a piece of metal.
So as long as you have an outline around it,
right,
even though it may not be a full bleed design, you can line it up.
Exactly. So I'm going to use a little bit of Pro Spray, my Conde DyeTrans Pro Spray.
And of course, you don't have to do a perfect job with the back.
Thank you, Jerry. U60219. My typing was dyslexic. All right. Say that again about the back.
So you don't have to do a perfect job on the back, but you need to do a perfect job on the front.
Yeah, and so because of that, I'm going to sublimate the cork first. Okay. So I'm going to sublimate the cork first. We're going to do this for 400 degrees for 60 seconds with medium pressure.
So the only product that you can sublimate both sides at the same time with a top heat only press is metal.
Yep.
So you can do that. Now, if you look at her, what she's doing, that to me is in the medium to heavy range of pressure right there. And that's absolutely okay. If you have a press like this, especially have a stand, one of the things that ladies and even men can do is get you one of those, like they're a Tupperware step up. You know, it may have a stuff for you to put stuff inside of it, but a step up. And by stepping up, it's actually easier on your body because you've got your downward force.
Right,
kind
yeah.
of stuff.
Yeah, and so normally what I do is I actually just kind of step on this stand and give myself a little bit of height. So
There we are.
pretend like I'm
So,
tall.
so if you're a lady and you're pressing, even men, if you're pressing all day long, obviously that's probably not the best thing in the world for your back. And so to protect your body, have that step. Now, some people will say, what about getting an air-operated press? And in general, air-operated presses, you push buttons and they close, and then they auto-open. In general, I would say no, because they're not flexible. With an air-operated press, you cannot get light pressure. So if you're doing, especially if you're doing fabrics, you'll never get light pressure. If you try to set it to light, it simply won't close. So a manual press like the DK20S, would be best. Now, there may be a new printer coming out. For those new printers that are coming out, the print may be a little bit larger. You might look at the big sister to this, which is the DK25S, and that's a 20 by 25 press. And then the big sister to that one is, of course, the new DK32 AP press.
That's correct.
So start looking at these presses. Now, before everybody says, hey, what about the air operated on the DK32? Hold the phone and we'll cover that conversation. But with a DK32, we probably don't need light pressure. So there's some interesting workarounds for larger presses.
All right, guys, so here's my cork
That
coaster
is so cool.
on the front, and then here's my little design on the back. So what I've been telling people, ooh, that's hot. What I've been telling people is keep your design simple and keep it dark. So we're not, it's not made for sublimation, but it does take the sublimation ink. So yeah. So there we go.
That's fabulous. Let's see.
It's kind of hot.
Yeah, I've long ago burnt my fingerprints off. So, what color? What color is this right here?
It's like a dark purple.
Dark purple.
Yeah.
Now, one of the things is people new to sublimation, they look at the paper and they say, well, the colors don't look right on the paper. That's because the colors are heat activated, and so, as this cools, it actually will change color a little bit more, and in fact. You can actually, as we do the huge panels in one of our production labs, 40 by 60, you can actually hear the metal cooling and it dances.
Yeah.
What do you think it sounds like, Zach?
Sort of like if you were to take a thin piece of metal and just sort of like wow.
Yeah, it's sort of
very subtle as it kind of like
it's playing a song or a dance as we call it. As it basically begins to cool, it contracts. Heat expands, cooling contracts. But you can see it now, as it's cooled a few more degrees, it's become more prominent purple. Now the cool plate, by the way, is a great accessory to take things like this and cool them almost instantly. And so it's not expensive. All of us use cool plates around here. We keep our cool plates going. 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. We don't let Zach and his crew ever go home. You got a little cot back there. Is that what you do? Because they're always pressing stuff, and of course I can't get them to press enough.
You can't get anybody to do enough ever.
For whatever reason.
Break time's over. All right, guys, it's about that time of the show where I'm done pressing stuff, so you get to win stuff. So
we really appreciate everybody's patience with us.
Thanks. So I've got
if you were here, I'd offer you a cake, right?
Oh, that's horrible. Here, I got a napkin. There you go. All right, I've got the new, I've got the new triangle felt ornament. I've got the new ball felt ornament. I've got the new heart felt ornament. I've got both of the new Tums. I've got two single sheets of the SF79. I've got one of each of our new Unisub wall hangings, and I've got our new cork back coaster. Now, you have to tell me how much you think it weighs, and of course I don't have my rules in front of me, but basically the rules are this. 1 guess per person. Your closest guess to, but without going over, is the winner. Please give me your guesses in pounds. So example 4.2, 3.7, etc. Don't give me ounces. We're not good at math.
Or fractions.
Or fractions. We're not good at that either, which is math also. You can only win once within 6 months, and shipping is on us within the contiguous United States. There's a difference, and I learned that the other day. So tell me, how much do you think it weighs?
And
Go.
Sprite did go to the high school that Jimmy Buffett went to. So I wonder if Jimmy Buffett is a strong math person.
I am stronger now in math than I have ever been in my entire life. I always said I'm never going to need this math or geometry, and now I'm like, man, I wish I would have paid attention in math and geometry. Okay, while you guys are guessing, I've got a winner. I've got 2 winners, and my first winner is actually watching. So what's up, Bob Bishop? You've got $25 in Conde credit for leaving me a product review. Bob reviewed our DK20S.
Thank you, Bob.
Yes, thank you, Bob. Bob said, I would like to thank Conde and Wendell, who was amazing, for the great customer service. Ordering on the phone was easy. Thanks, Wendell. Luckily, it was easy for me to pick up my new press within two hours of ordering, since I only live 5 minutes from the manufacturer at the George Knight heat presses.
Brockton, Mass. Final Jeopardy question. Where is the
Never
George
would have
Knight
got
Company?
that.
Brockton, Mass.
Well, you answered it.
Yeah.
You answered it.
And Wendell, by the way, is a great guy.
He's pretty fantastic.
He went to Denver with me, I think.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. He actually absolutely did. So Bob, I'll be sending you an email, or actually your Wendell will be sending you an email soon with your $25 coupon code. And I also have a review winner. I'm sorry, a gallery contest winner. So up here on the screen. Over here on the screen, you see this is our Unisub sign. So this is product U9996. This is our 12 by 18 parking sign. This is by Dottie Landcott. I don't know how to say your last name, Dottie. I apologize. Dottie from Dottie's Designs. Dottie, thank you so much. I will be emailing your rep, and they will be getting you your $25 in Conde cash. So, yes, please. Oh, okay. Good on you, Brother Ernest. Good on you. Okay. So, yeah. Oh, and I have 2 winners of my art pack. So I'm going to wait on Lindsay to tell me who my winners are on Facebook and YouTube. And in the interim, I'm going to tell you guys who gets that beautiful art that Zach did. Zach, do we have the art still up? We don't have the art still up. That's okay. We lost cameras. So, hey, there's Lindsay. Okay. You only got 1 for me? All right, so I've got 2 winners on YouTube. My 2 YouTube winners are Michelle Hines and Windmill Apparel and Promotions. Thank you, guys. My 2 Facebook viewers are Joan Ignacio and Bev Steelman. So, Michelle, Windmill, Joan, and Bev, I need you guys to email me, swood@conde.com, and I will tell you how to claim your beautiful artwork. I'll send you a link, and you can download the artwork. So, Michelle Hines, Windmill Apparel, Joan Ignacio, and Bev Steelman, please email me, swood@conde.com, and I will send you your stuff. Okay, and I need you to go to YouTube and scroll up on the comments for me so I can see who won. Go slow. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Keep going, keep going. Keep going, keep going, keep going. All right, now scroll back down. Okay, hold on. Keep going. Okay. All right. Okay, so just me 62. All right, my winner on YouTube is, yes, thank you. Thanks, babe. Thanks, Lindsay. So I have 2 winners. I've got just me 62 on YouTube with a guess of, what'd you guess, 4.1 pounds. Fantastic. And my winner on Facebook is Rhonda Scarborough. And Rhonda, unfortunately, I don't know what you guessed, but The actual weight, the actual weight was 4.3 pounds. So Rhonda and just me, please email me at swood@conde.com. Guys, if you don't email me, I don't know how to send you the stuff. So Rhonda was actually a tiny bit over, but because I've already told you, you get the stuff. So please, everyone, email me, swood@conde.com. Don't forget to upload your gallery contest, your gallery photos. Show me what you're doing for your chance to win $25 every single week. Not only that, we will be giving away $400, $200, and $100 twice on our very first broadcast of the new year. So, yes. What else? Leave me a review. Go to the product page that you just bought, your new stuff. Leave me a review every single week. I pick one person and I give you $25 in Conde credit. So, that's all I got. Everybody, Michelle Hines, Windmill Apparel, Joan Inacio, Bev Steelman, Just Me 62, and Rhonda Scarborough. Email me, swood@conde.com. If you don't email me, I don't know where to send it.
And please share your the products you're making on the client gallery. Another bit of advice is take pictures of everything you make and post them to your Facebook, post them to your Instagram page. A great way to promote the great products you're producing.
All right, guys, that's all I got.
Thank you.
We'll
Be
see you
safe,
in a couple weeks.
And I hope to do a broadcast from Print United. It's going to be tough, but we'll try to figure out a way to get it done.
And if not, maybe me and Zach will come on Friday. We'll see.
Thank
We'll
you.
see. Bye,
Take
guys.
care. Bye-bye.